Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. It's been a while since you've heard from me. I'm alive and well. I'm healthy. Couldn't ask for a better day. It's absolutely beautiful out. Man, it's just good to be here talking to you guys again. I'm out here talking to myself, and we've got a lot to discuss. It's been a week since my last video. I've just been busy with the new group of guys that joined in, so shout out to those guys. So if you guys ever need help, um, even if you're not in the group, message me anytime, and maybe someday I'll hope to see you guys in the group. You know, so just been working with those guys for the past week. So, anyways, a lot has happened over the last week. We're gonna go over around probably 10 different charts really quick. Just quickly talk about maybe two positions I've been into. The market conditions have changed, man. We talked about it in my last video. That average true range was down, and now all of a sudden we just get this big explosive move up in a lot of these other pairs. We talked about it in the last video. Not much movement has been happening in the average true range. A lot of dead pairs. They've been going sideways for a bit. It hasn't been ideal for the swing traders. It's been like a day trader's heaven, pretty much. Just going sideways, not much movement. But now, swing trading's back on the floor, baby. What happens from these big explosive moves is we create opportunity. And you know what? Something that I have noticed, well, just from getting burned enough times, is my biggest drawdowns happen when the markets transition to a different market. When they transition from a slow market to a high market, or from a high market to a slow market. And so, for the past year, I've really been digging down saying, okay, we've been into a slow market for, a month, 3 weeks, just been going sideways. It's start being cautious, start maybe taking a little bit risk off, understand what might be happening into the market, and projecting when the next breakout might happen. So I've done an excellent job managing that. Didn't take any trades for till Wednesday. Today's Thursday, so my first trade was for this week was Wednesday. That one worked out well. I think I'm still in that. It's a USD Swiss, but let's just get right into it. You guys know I could keep going on and on about that, but hey, maybe you guys would like to hear more about that, and maybe I'll share more information on that about drawdowns and stuff like that sometime in the future and how I prepare for them. You can never prepare, but you can just manage the risk appropriately. After enough times you've been burned, you kind of start realizing where you get burned the most, what type of market conditions, and stuff like that. So we've had a crazy, hectic week. Markets have been exploding, but this creates opportunity. It's hard to time it when it's going to happen because nobody really knows, and that's when a lot of people can get burned. Is when it finally does break out of that range, or liquidity starts picking up. But enough jibber jabber. Let's get right into this. Pound USD. Obviously, we've been talking for a while. A lot of pairs have been going sideways, and still, a lot of them are still sideways. The pound, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, just gotten this strong rally. I'm still bearish this. We still have price coming up into this daily supply up here. It's also weekly supply. Weekly supply is a monthly supply, so I'm still bearish this. Maybe in the next coming weeks, if this candle closes like how it is, then we're going to create a rally-based rally. But I would still look for shorts possibly, maybe on the 4 hour, 1 hour, maybe up a high. But still on the short side, still bearish this overall. It's not, if prices come down here, I would definitely be stop looking for selling positions until we remove any type of demand down in here. Basically based on the weekly time frame, I would say. But that's that. Let's see what else. Maybe did I talk about this? I think I posted this on Twitter, or my TradingView account. We talked about how we have this descending, ascending triangle. I'm not sure which one, but we're getting that squeeze happening. I believe it's ascending. Getting that squeeze. Eventually, we were going to get that pop up we projected, right? That's basically that. USD yen. Let's talk about a trade I took today. All right. Trade I took today was on the 5 minute time frame. Man, it was quick. First target got hit, and then my second target was out at break even. I picked up this 5 minute long. Oh, by the way, guys, we're going to be doing a special tips video for a while. We've been talking about a lot of recommendations. People asking for it is for the multiple time frame analysis and how I do it. There's no rocket science to it. It's nothing tough. It's just using multiple time frame analysis to time our trades. So that's going to come out maybe Friday, maybe Saturday. So see it on the weekend. I'm gonna probably make it tomorrow, maybe post it Saturday, or maybe I'll make it Saturday and I'll post it Saturday. But expect that to be out before Sunday. Okay. So I took this 5 minute long. Nice little 5 minute drop base rally, strong rally up. We are also sitting inside this. If you go to the 1 hour, it's kind of like a 1 hour demand zone too. So I just wanted to get this quick scalp. Prices came in right away, rallied up, had my first target, 1.5, like 1.8 to 1, I think it was. So I got out of that one, first target. Second target was up here. That one got stopped out at break even after I moved my stop loss to break even. I talk about that in my risk management video, and then also my targets, entries, and stop loss video that I just released last 2 weeks ago. It's my recent tips video. That talks about how I enter a trade and all that, but keep an eye out for next week's or this weekend's tips video too. So that's why I got long. We were sitting in 1 hour demand. We kind of removed all this 5 minute supply, broke that downward momentum. I saw a lot of buying coming in, so I was like, you know what? It's worth a shot. Small risk, little 5 minute zone right in the US session. And so that was that. That was a quick one today. USD Swiss. I'm still in this position and I'm just holding in here too. I picked up this long down here in the 30 minutes. I went down to the 30 minutes and I picked it up here. This drop base rally. I took the pullback. Just got filled by like half a pip. Shout out to my broker making those good spreads, not trying to grease me. So that one worked out well. First target was at 2 to 1. Why did I get long in that position? Well, look, prices have been in that range we've been talking about. We finally, actually, if you guys remember from my last video, I talked about it was never a good sign to create opposing demand zones in a supply zone. So we are creating that demand zone, up basing, and then rallying up. So I was a little sketched out looking for sells up here. So I didn't. So prices came all the way down, reacted off of this kind of range demand zone. Anytime we've come down here, we've kind of been looking for buying opportunities. So I saw prices low. I went down to the 1 hour time frame. And what did we start seeing on the 1 hour time frame? Yeah, we saw this getting removed. We saw this getting removed. We saw break of downward momentums, trend lines. So I was like, you know what? Buyers are stepping in. It's a good area for a possible long scenario. And so I picked that up down there. Cool. I'm still holding. My first target was like just up here, 2 to 1. I have my second order set at break even. So that one's sitting at break even. It's like just hanging in there right now. So hopefully we can just get a rally up. That would be pretty cool. USD CAD. Let's see. What am I talking about here? Oh, that was a recording I made for the group today. We were talking about. There's nothing to talk about really in this one. This was accidentally, I marked it out, but this was obviously the supply zone we were always talking about. I think there was a 4 hour demand zone here that I was interested in looking for strong Canadian currency buys in here. That one got blown through. Anyways, that wasn't anything I really want to talk about. Dow Jones. This stock market, they all have this exact same supply zone. So if price manages to come up all the way up here, I'd begin to look for selling opportunities. If we go look at the SPY, same level of supply, we broke upward momentum, we removed demand. Definitely would look for selling opportunities up here. It's a nice little daily supply zone. Same thing with the NASDAQ, exact same setup. I posted a picture on my Twitter about this. So I'd be looking for sells up there. DAX, you guys know about that DAX setup. We talked about how there was these two supply zones we were watching. I didn't get in it, unfortunately. I was sleeping. I made the transition into the US session. I'm not staying up right now, so I'm going to bed earlier, and then I'm getting up for the US session around like 5 in the morning. So didn't capitalize on that one. That's okay though, but there was another good opportunity that I want to share with you guys, a top-down analysis, but just didn't work out, This was more of a daily, big picture, daily price coming down into daily demand, so I wanted to look for buying opportunities. We saw on the 15 minutes. Prices are coming down to daily demand. We kind of saw this aggressive downward momentum line being drawn. We removed supply. We had supply, supply. So we removed one. We had a pro gap. A gap is the biggest representation of an imbalance, remember? So we had a pro gap, PRO, not a novice gap. Break up, remove supply, broke downward momentum. So I was like, hey, this would probably be a good area to look for buys at. You would have probably gotten stop hunted out. So that was the level. You know, not every zone works. Even the best zones fail, and even the worst zones can work. So keep that in mind. This would have been a greasy stop hunt, a really greasy one, because our stop that we would have been placing was like right around here. It was like something like that. So probably would have gotten stopped out, and that would have turned pretty quickly. So kind of dodged a bullet there, but even if I took the trade, I would still go in my books as a really good trade. Let's keep going. US dollar. You know, on Sunday or Monday, I'm gonna go through all my pairs and just draw out fresh supply and demand zones. I haven't done that in a while with you guys. I've kind of been, for the past 2 months, I've been bringing shorter videos, and I always say they're shorter, and they always end up going longer. But you know what? I get in the groove of things just because I enjoy talking to you guys. And we're gonna be having live streams over the winter break too, so that should be interesting. A reason to why I got long on that USD yen trade I showed you earlier and the USD Swiss is because prices are now back down into that daily demand zone. We talked about this. We said, hey, remember this daily demand zone on the US dollar? You know, I want to be looking for buys here. So that's why. Wow, I'm back. Just got a package in the mail. Wow, lucky me, eh? Black Friday deals, guys. Even I was spending money. I picked up a new phone too. So I don't know what that's gonna be. Figure that out after I record this video. Um, let's see. The yen. Let's look at the yen. Another reason to why I got short that yen because I was long the US dollar, so I was selling the yen and buying the US dollar. So we just looked at the US dollar. It was in demand, and the yen was sitting in supply. So that's why I also looked for shorting the yen. The Swiss that we just talked about earlier too, that trade. Why did I go short the Swiss? Because I was once again long the US dollar, buying the USD Swiss. Well, because prices were coming up into this like supply zone all up in here. Not a really good supply zone, but up here we could see selling pressure was coming in, so that's why. Euro pound, man, this one has been on a tear. Huh? Interesting ride. You know, I've been following this pair closely since like mid-May, since I was in Asia. You know, I've been talking about this since I started my whole Asia trip. We're gonna be going back there too, so keep an eye out for those sometime in the future, maybe early 2020. Price was grinding up. You know, we thought we were looking for sells. Anyways, that's old news. Let's look at it now. We've now broken monthly demand. This was a staple. Price broke that monthly demand. We're now back down into a tested monthly demand, and I'm still bullish this thing. You know, as much as prices have gone so far, I don't have the balls to sell this thing because prices have already gone so far. Price was at a discount when prices were all the way up here. Man, that's like going to, I don't know, the soap store and going to buy your soap or your shampoo bottle for, you know, um, $5, and then you can get it for $3 down here. So it kind of makes sense to pick up your shampoo bottle for $3. So obviously price grinding through. I think this one is like I should have got the picture for you guys. It's on Twitter by FXCM. The net long to short ratio is like crazy right now for the retail traders, and they're all long this right now. And they've been long this entire free fall. So I'm waiting for them to start getting short. Once they finally cave in, they've got to close their positions, and then I'm going to look for buys because I think this pound currency is crap. So might go a little lower based on this wick. I'd say like somewhere in here. Let's look at this daily time frame. Where do I see these demand zones? Yeah, so right there, right there. So it could free fall for another couple days, but we're right there by that demand. So that's where I'll continue looking for buying opportunities. Kind of got to see this before I look for longs. I want to see this. Boop, boop, boop. That's something I would look for. Pound yen. What do I have this one marked for? I probably just had it marked down for myself. Let's see. Euro yen. Yeah, that's it. That's all we're gonna go through. I think Sunday we're gonna bring you guys, or Sunday, Monday we'll bring you a whole go through everything, just like the daily chart or weekly chart. I'm not sure yet. And what tomorrow, Sunday? Yeah, let's do tomorrow. Let's try to release it for tomorrow of the tips video. All right. So cheers, everyone. Appreciate you guys watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Message me anytime. All right. If you guys want that newsletter, you guys know what to do. Just go to moneyballtrading.com and sign up. Thanks very much for listening, guys. Cheers.